Alright, spoilers for Daredevil Born Again episode 3. So, at the end of the episode 3, we see that Hector Ayala, the White Tiger, is unalived by who appears to be the Punisher. However, I don't think it's the Punisher. I don't think it's Frank Castle. Because of the fact that the way that the story was being told, where we're going between Mayor Fisk's office, where he's telling BB Uric, the niece of Ben Uric, and Fisk is telling her why Hector Ayala shouldn't have walked, because, you know, he's a vigilante and vigilantes should be outlawed in New York City, and that's what Fisk ran on. It's like, I'm going to outlaw these vigilantes, but when the law fails, Fisk is going to take things into his own hands and, you know, break the law to a certain extent and, you know, take matters into his own hands. But because of that conversation, it was pending between that conversation and the streets of New York City, where Hector Ayala, the White Tiger, is roaming and looking for people in distress to help them. And then, boom, he's unalived by some guy in a Punisher outfit. But, like I said, what I led with, I don't think that's a Punisher, because of the fact that it's leading to the fact that Fisk has something to do with it. And it's not the first time that we've seen the Punisher skull in Daredevil Born Again. We've seen it in these tattoos that these guys are wearing. Okay? And I think that this is some organization or something that Fisk has under his thumb, or working, that he has working for him, where they're trying, I guess, maybe to tarnish Punisher's legacy or something like that. Because the Punisher, Frank Castle, isn't as lenient with criminals as Daredevil, where he's like, no, I'm gonna put you in the ground type of a thing. And I think they're using that as an excuse to, you know, carry on the ways of the Punisher, and using his logo, and maybe, you know, it's like, oh, we already know the Punisher, we know of your logo, and we're gonna tarnish your legacy, because, you know, Fisk wants to tarnish, I guess, the legacy of vigilantes, and, you know, essentially make them non-existent in the city of New York. Okay? But I think this is also a great opportunity to, when you're tarnishing the legacy of the Punisher, to bring in Frank Castle, because we already know from the trailers that Frank Castle will be in the season of Daredevil. And I think that when Frank Castle finds out that these people are tarnishing his legacy, he's going to step in and be like, what the heck is going on? That, and on top of the fact that I don't think Frank Castle would go ahead and unalive Hector Ayala, especially when in the courtroom we saw that Hector Ayala, as a White Tiger, did good deeds rather than doing bad deeds. And Frank Castle has worked with Daredevil, where Daredevil, you know, does essentially good deeds and not unaliving people. I don't think it would make no sense for Frank to flip the script and be like, I'm gonna start unaliving vigilantes. So that's where I think it is. I think it brings in a good segue for Frank to come in and be like, what the heck, why are you tarnishing my legacy, type of a thing. I could be wrong, but that's just my theory of where it could go. But, you know, let me know your thoughts in the comments.